Now, apart from bulk uploading employees into Techlify HR, we also have a host of other batch update or batch actions here. So firstly, on our employees page, we can filter. We went through filtering before. Let's say we wanted to filter employees by years of service, and we wanted to see everybody who was here in less than 10 years. Turns out it's everyone here. However, there is no way for us to currently see how many years of service does each one of these employees have. Do they have 1 year or 2 years or 3 years of service? We don't know that. However, we do have the option to show or to configure the columns that you are seeing here. So if I use the column action at the top, you'll see we can add age, date of birth, some other columns are available here, but the one we want is years of service. And if I enable that, I'll see that most persons are here they didn't even reach 1 year as yet. And John Nathan is here for 1 year. Right, so there are more columns, and generally on all of the pages throughout Techlify HR, you'll be able to configure the columns that you wanted to see on this page. Right, so let's say we didn't want to see their contact information, and maybe we wanted to see their age. We wanted to know, hey, who are the older folks in the organization, or who are the younger folks in the organization. We're able to configure that. Another thing we can do is to download employees' data. So again, let's say we need to send off to one of our partners everybody who is within our engineering and finance team. What we can do is we can say, hey, show me everybody who is within engineering and finance. We'll filter out that data. You can select all here, or same as how there's an import option, there's an export option here. So if I click export, a dialog pops up where we can specify what data we want to export for this employee. So note that you can export all of the employee biodata, but you can, along with that rather, you can also export salary and emergency contact information. So because it's a partner, we don't need all of this. I can say, hey, we don't want salary, we don't want emergency contact. In fact, I want some very specific information. First name, last name, the age, their job description, and which branch and department this employee works at. And if I hit proceed, an employee list CSV file is downloaded, and you'll see the very same columns that I selected have been downloaded into this spreadsheet. And of course, you can think of a host of use cases for this employee download. And last but not least, we are also able to update all of the employees within the company, or again, some subsets. So let's say we weren't sure, or we didn't have type for our employees. If we wanted to update everybody to part-time, we can select all our team members and say, hey, these are all part-time employees. You hit save, and you'll see all of the employees have been updated to part-time. Now, of course, let's go ahead and undo that, change them back to full-time. I'll hit save, and we see that that has changed. One thing we did not do is that Mana, who is the general manager, just joined the company on the 1st of March, and we did not specify that all of the other team members now reports to Mana. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll select everyone, of course uncheck Mana, and I will say, hey, all of these team members report to Mana. So if I update that, I will now view John's profile, and on John's profile I can see that John reports to Mana here. So that's how you can bulk update, especially if you have large numbers of employees. These features are really super useful for your organization.